can we really have a successor to the legendary Pulsar 220F? Well, that's what we are here to answer. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Rev Explorers. I am Abhinav Bhatnagar and today we have with us the Pulsar F250. Bajaj really thinks that the Pulsar F250 will be the real successor of the 220F, and that is why they have silently pulled the plug. Now if you are seeing a 220F in Bajaj showroom, well, it's still the stock last. After that, it is all going to be F250. So before we dig deep to understand how good is this F250, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell if you are new to our channel, and you can also follow us on our Instagram page. The handle will be right over here. Now let's begin with the review of the Pulsar F250. The F250 comes from the new Pulsar 250 lineup and has almost everything similar to what we see on the N250, but the fascia has changed because this is a semi-faired motorcycle, and hence you get a tall visor with body mounted rear view mirrors. Just like the N250, the F250 is also all LED. So you get LED turn indicators, LED DRL and a LED bifunctional projector headlamp. Now if you look closely on the DRLs, it will be similar to what you see on the Apache RTR, and the projector headlamp is similar from the Yamaha series. Along with that are 37mm telescopic forks in the front with a 7-step adjustable monoshock in the rear. And just like other motorcycles, the Pulsar 250s also get 17-inch alloy wheels. They are matte grey in color, and you get a 100/80 section tire in the front with a 130/70 section tire in the rear. As part of the braking system, you get a 300mm disc brake in the front and a 230mm disc brake in the rear. Now both the brakes get ABS sensor, but it is a single channel ABS setup. The F250 is available in two different colors, and just like the N250, this one is also beefy. In fact, because of the fairing, it looks more sporty and beefy. And this one also gets a 14-liter capacity of fuel tank, and this motorcycle can deliver a fuel efficiency of somewhere around 40 kmpl, which is good enough because now it gets a brand new DTSI engine. It is a 249cc SOHC 2-valve engine. It is oil cooled and mated with a 5-speed gearbox. And the maximum power generated by this motor is 24.5 PS at 8,750 RPM, and the peak torque is 21.5 Nm at 6,500 RPM. This motorcycle also sits on a tubular frame and is 2 kg heavier than the N250 because of all the fairing it gets. So the curb weight of the F250 is 164 kg. In fact, the ground clearance is also maintained at 165 mm, which is decent enough for your city commutes and your normal rough roads and rough patches. Now this motorcycle also gets a step-up seat, and the texture of the seat cover is also new, so it provides you superior grip even in wet conditions. With that, it gets a small side-hung single-barrel exhaust with twin exits. Let's check out how it sounds. At the rear is a set of twin LED tail lights, and then our LED turn indicators. Now let's quickly hop on to the saddle. Just like the N250, the saddle is decently padded for the rider as compared to the pillion seat, and the saddle height is 795 mm. I am 5'9", I can easily get both of my feet on the ground, and if you are above 5'5", you can easily ride this motorcycle. Now let's check out the not so new digital instrument cluster, because we have already seen it in the N250. You have an analog tachometer, and then you have a small digital screen which has the digital speedometer, digital fuel gauge. You get a gear position indicator. Now the screen is much more informative because you do get distance to empty, you have the odometer. In fact, you can also check the instant fuel efficiency, and if you go to the trips, you can also check the average fuel efficiency of that trip. And with that are multiple indicators for engine malfunction, battery malfunction, ABS malfunction, RPM limiter, turn indicators, neutral indicator, and so on. Now coming to the handlebar, the F250 gets clip-on handlebars, and you do get a USB charger over here in the center, which is nicely positioned. On the right hand side, you have the kill switch and the self start switch. So this one also doesn't get any hazard light switch. And coming to the left hand side, you have the pass switch, the headlight control, the turn indicator control and the horn. So it is a not so mazedar single tone horn. I like the 220F dual tone horn. I wish Bajaj gets it back on the F250 as well. Now the switch gear is all backlit and the mirrors are also good, but I really prefer the mirrors on the handlebar rather than the mirrors mounted on the body, but that is a personal preference. They are wide enough and they remove the blind spot. Now it's time for us to take the F250 on the city roads of Pune and see how it performs. And before you go on a ride, don't forget to wear your helmet and follow all road safety rules. Mechanically, the F250 and the N250 are same, but ergonomically they are slightly different. The first reason for that is the semi-fairing. Due to this, the motorcycle becomes slightly more aerodynamic and the drag is reduced, in turn reducing the fatigue. This motorcycle gets clip-on handlebar for a slightly more aggressive stance with rear set foot pegs. The sporty stance gives you a leverage at high speed. Other than that, the seat comfort is still the same. This one is also powered by the same 250cc engine, and with only 2 kg difference in weight, there is next to zero impact on the power to weight ratio. The engine is super refined and the power delivery is very linear. There is no raw punch. Everything feels weirdly calm for a Pulsar. The best part is vibrations are down to the minimum. Only slight buzziness could be felt past 6000 rpm. The initial pickup is good and there is enough torque at your disposal in the mid-range, making the overtakes easy even when on higher gear. I like the progressive acceleration, but I still feel that these 250cc engines are slightly underpowered. The good thing about these motorcycles are the slipper clutch. It makes the operation very smooth and light. The gear shift is also very light and precise with a clicky sound. It is definitely hassle-free to use in city conditions. The brakes have a really good bite. The front one offers a good feedback. The rear one, as usual, is slightly on a lower side in terms of bite and feedback, but combinational power is good. The ABS also works well, but then it's just single channel, and I strongly feel that a dual channel should be given to enhance the safety. The suspensions on this one are also very well balanced. They strike the perfect combo for city and highway rides. They keep the ride very comfortable and can easily glide through the rough patches. The feedback from the rear end is good and the bike feels very planted on road even when at high speed. It had been long due. The fresh look, the LEDs, and apparently a new engine. What I didn't anticipate was Bajaj still leaving some room for the tech. For starters, the Bluetooth connectivity. I think this motorcycle could take the legacy ahead, but it sure has some room for improvement. Everything between the N250 and the F250 is the same. So if you like a faired motorcycle, or I should say semi-faired motorcycle, this one will be your pick, and it is just 2000 rupees more than the N250. So this one is 1.4 lakhs ex-showroom Delhi. So the pricing that Bajaj has put is very aggressive on both the 250cc motorcycles. So the choice is yours. I hope this video was helpful for you. Do give it a thumbs up and share it with your family and friends. And special thanks to Sai Service Vakadewadi for providing us this bike for the review. If you are in Pune and looking for Bajaj products, you can visit their dealership for the best offers. And if you are new to our channel, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell so you are never missing out great content from Rev Explorers. We are also available on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. You can follow us there, chat with us over there. And if you have any doubts or inquiries, you can leave it in the comment section below. We'll try to respond to you as soon as possible. We'll see you again in the next video. Till that time, stay home, stay safe and ride safe. Bye bye.